On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, Kidder is still in Iowa, which means we are once again joined by Rudeboy Kyle and, of course, brother Niko. The local geek is here as well. We're going to have a fun time talking TV, talking video games, and trying yet some more Boozy Candy. That's right. We're really on the theme with this. It's fun, to see, can people make candy out of delicious drinks and make those candy taste like the drink. You get what I'm saying. I'm a little rambly. It's a little late as I record this part, but don't worry about that, because once again, you're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and the Mark Kidder. Pour a cold beverage, prophecies, enjoy time with friends.
Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay?
Oh, come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beer, Blues, and BS, the podcast that, will probably not be as action-packed as last week, and probably not as drunk as we will be next week. Things will be happening. I am your host, Howard Blues, here, as always, with my co-host, who is still in Iowa. I don't know if he's ever coming back, but he's still there. But it is the man, the myth, the legend, the Mark Kidder. Kidder, how you doing tonight?
Well, Howard, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Because I'm still here with the dudes from the South, the Triple B Southeast studios here. And Niko, bringing the boys back for another week. And hopefully, next week, y'all be here again, because Howard alluded to some things happening on the thing.
I'm looking forward to it. I would love some things on the thing to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Love to be part of that. Things. I love things.
Little thing here and there. Yeah. Everywhere.
And you know who else likes things? It's none other than the Triple B Brewmaster. The local geek is also with us.
I thought that was just a screenshot.
I mean, it looks that way. Local geek, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I just realized I still got Genesis shower in my background.
I would like some fine marble.
You're just trying to help continue that record of most podcasts from a shower,
Yeah, there you go.
Just try to help. And for those who are wondering, because you maybe have caught on to our formula where, it seems like we record two shows in a night, and wondering where JS is. Yeah, I think he's dealing with flashing lights somewhere. That's all I'm going to say.
I thought he said he was going to go take a shower.
That could be true, too. Who knows?
Or do we record two shows in a night?
Let the conspiracy theories fly, and you can put your picks in the, comments.
Comment and like.
And with that, gents, I think we should get to everybody's favorite segment of the show, and that is What's on Tap. So I'm going to kick it over to the local geek this time, because he's been patiently waiting for, on everybody. So, local geek, what are you having this fine evening?
I am slowly catching up on all of the beers that have been graciously given to me, or drinks in general. This one's not really a beer. So I'm working through the Bismarck Distilling cans that were given to me. This particular one is the Vodka Cran. I think I had the Whiskey Coke last time I was on. So this one's from real cranberry concentrate, vodka, and a touch of lime juice. 7% alcohol by volume. And again, made by Bismarck Distilling here in Bismarck. So, got a couple more of these guys to go through after this one, but we'll see if I get to them tonight. It smells really good. Ooh, that's nice. That's really nice. I give it like a 3.8.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
Well, gents down in Iowa, what are you guys having? What are you starting off this fine show with?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Did you break a nail?
Nope.
The suspense is getting me.
Crispy.
Got 3 crispy boys here. For some dudes who are a little crispy ourselves.
Drinking the Bud Light Platinum.
6% alcohol by volume in these 12 fluid ounce cans. Don't let the slim size fool you at all. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. Questions, comments, call 1-800-DIAL-BUD. Or
5.1 grams of carbs.
tapintoyourbeer.com. 0.7 grams of protein. So if we drink enough of these, get your protein, boys.
It's no steak.
No Outback steak, but 6% will do.
Yeah, for a light beer, it seems extra smooth.
I like the little bit of extra flavor that's in the Platinum compared to the regular Bud Light or even the Budweiser. And of course, no carbs compared to the other ones, so keep this slim and figure, you know?
And it's 6%.
Yeah.
It'll get you drunk. It'll get you drunk. Comments here not endorsed by Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
2.9. It's a solid light beer.
I'm gonna give her a 4. Sterling gives it a quick shake. Niko, thoughts on the Bud Light Platinum?
It tastes like Bud Light Platinum.
It's a good
Astute
Thank you, Niko.
observation.
Back to you, Howard.
It's been around for like 20 years, people. If you haven't had it now, you're not getting your info from us.
Hey, we are the most relevant podcast on the internet. Okay, anyway. Gents, I'm finishing off the last of the Wild Sour series from the Distill Brewery that I had in my fridge. It is the Here Goes Nothing. So, this is, to read the description, we threw caution to the wind with our interpretation of a Leipzig-style Goss featuring complex aromas and acidic flavors contributed by indigenous wild yeast and lactic fermentation. Lemon, lime, and other citrus-like qualities are balanced by the spicy character of coriander and a mineral mouthfeel from French sea salt, resulting in a refreshing beer that was worth the risk. Cheers. So it is a Ghost Ale brewed with coriander, sea salt, 5.2% alcohol by volume. So, and I'm hoping that in the whole 6-packs that I gave out, I know everybody got different sours. I'm hoping JS gets this one because I want to see him read that paragraph.
Mouthfeel.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Was it worth the risk? Tastes like a goose in your mouth.
That's actually pretty good. It's got just a little bit of a citrus taste that pairs well with the sour. Not too heavy on the old salt taste. That's good. I'm going to enjoy this. So I would give it as a rating. I'd probably give it about a 3.8. So not my favorite of the Wild Sour series, but it's pretty solid. So
Very good.
cheers. Well, gents, we teased it last week, but that we have some more beer and cocktail inspired candies. This time, again, provided by my wife, who I love the fact that she gives the gift of content. These are Mocktail Bon Bons. So, on here it says, we guarantee we take pride in making great quality products, but if for any reason you are not completely satisfied, please contact your local distributor. It comes in 5 flavors. We got Cosmopolitan, Gin and Rhubarb, Peach Benelli, Persico, and a Tequila Sunrise are the 5 flavors.
Ooh.
And also, for those who care, it is vegetarian. I know that my camera will not focus on that, so trust me. That green V and that says vegetarian. So that
True veggies.
so it kind of gives an idea. So the green and pink one is actually it doesn't really give an idea. I don't know what any of these are. So good luck. Happy guessing.
Start with the orange and white.
We got orange and white.
Orange and white.
Okay, I will find the orange and white. What I got?
That's
Okay.
what they look like. Cut in half.
Okay.
I'm willing to bet that's a tequila sunrise.
Smells like orange.
It could be. It could also be the peach.
I'm getting a little peach off of that.
Peachy. Peach.
All right, I think this one's the orange and white. The other one looks a little more pink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's definitely the peach. It's hard to say because they put the names of what's on it up here, and you kind of just have to try and match the glass to the candy. But in some of them, like, it's hard to tell, like, is this the white and pink? This just shows plain pink, but none of them are plain pink, so.
I like it. That's good.
Yeah, those are good.
It's interesting. It makes like I got a lot of like juiciness. Makes
Yeah,
you
it's not like a
salivate.
peach ring or anything. It's
Yeah,
more authentic.
the way we were splitting these earlier, I thought they were going to go down more like the pillow mints, like you take a bite into it and just disintegrates.
Oh
And
yeah,
this-
like
these are
buttermint.
chewies.
I was expecting a hard candy when I first got into them, so I kind of gently bit down and my teeth sunk into it. I was like, oh, it's a chewy candy.
Also, gents, I should say, these are a handmade product of the UK, so they're from England.
Handmade.
Across the pond.
So,
I mean, somebody has to get handsy with each piece.
made by the Great British Confectionery Group. So,
Huh.
They get
They're good.
Abundance.
affectionate with each piece. What do we got? Pink and white now.
Pink and white.
Looks pink and white.
now there is a solid pink and white, and there's kind of a light pink and white.
So this is like a light pink and white.
I think it's this one. Give this a try.
A little more tangy.
Fairly unoffensive. Was there like a champagne cocktail or something again?
Yeah. Prosecco. So,
Okay.
I guess that's what that one is.
I don't mind that.
Very subtle flavors, but
Mm-hmm.
it does remind me of that Prosecco taste. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like these a lot. I also think they're better than the Jelly Belly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
By a mile.
Yep. Long shot better.
This one reminded me of a Now and Later.
I could see that.
Like,
I could see that flavor. Yeah.
kind of close to the sour green apple. But anyway, yeah. And I know you guys didn't get to try the Jelly Belly, but they had mixed cocktail
Yeah.
once. That, yeah, you go, ooh, but most of them were
About as good
Pretty
as that.
generic.
I mean, there
So-
were, what, maybe, would you guys say half of those that were really close to the cocktail, or at least gave you that idea, and then the other ones were just not that good?
Yeah, you could tell they were definitely working with their fruit flavors that they already had and trying to make them into a cocktail.
Ah.
I wonder if they don't taste as good or if there's a different sugar content in there that messes with the overall flavor.
And they were very sweet. And I mean, some of the cocktails are not sweet. There was some that were, of course, sweet. There was, I think there was a Cosmopolitan and
How about a sweet Bloody Mary?
Gross. Oof. The mojito was pretty good.
The mojito was very good.
Yeah, that one
Well, it's
was.
easy when you start with mint.
Yeah, mint.
Mint goes with anything.
Next one we have, the last one we have, is the yellow and pink.
Yellow and pink.
Okay. I believe that one is the tequila sunrise.
Ooh, I didn't get that one.
And I'm going to bring this up. There were not all flavors were represented equally. I know Kyle and Rudeboy weren't here for this one, but when we did these, it had 3 flavors: hoppy IPA, honey ale, and roasty stout. There were all of 3 roasty stout in the bag. The rest are all the honey ale and the IPA.
Which the honey ale, good. IPA,
So
Tastes like an
Throw
IPA, or
just
it was just gross.
overly like fake pine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good. The stout was fantastic. I wish there would have been more in the bag so that everybody could have enjoyed it.
yeah,
And I took the sacrifice, got an extra honey ale, and gave that one to JS because he likes the stouts.
And the last one I've got is I think it's a greenish color and white, or like a teal.
yeah, I think that one is probably the Cosmo.
This one was pretty good.
Feel like you're on Sex in the City.
Yeah.
Or you're on a beach.
I'm on a beach and
Were those procured locally by your wife, Chris, or was it like a mail order or an internet thing?
It was a mail order thing. It was a an international snacks box.
Oh, sure. I always love those.
And it came in there, and she's like, we're not giving those to the kids. You can have them for the show. I'm like, okay.
Sweet.
So
Well, thank you for sharing, and they were delicious.
they were. I like them. They have just enough of a taste that, like, it's got an alcohol taste to it, but not overpowering or such. It's pretty good. So I do also have one of the Cosmos, so I'll give that one a try. But I like them, all the ones I've tried. So
Yeah, they were all good. The Cosmo was probably my least favorite out of the ones I had, but it wasn't that it was bad. It just not my favorite one of the ones that I had.
It tasted the sweetest, I think. At least the portion that I had. Well,
yeah. Well, if anybody out there wants to track them down, it looks like you can get them at Bristows of Devon. That's what it is.
And is that the brand name of them?
That is at least the company that made them. They're called Mocktail Bon Bons. So
Oh, okay.
You can get the other ones at Northern Brewer, but the shipping is absolutely ridiculous unless you spend $60 on them, which isn't too big of a deal because it's like $10 a bag. But otherwise, it was like $20 to ship them.
Ooh.
wow.
Yeah, I just threw one in my cart to see how much shipping was, and it was $20. I was like, yeah, I think I'll just spend the $60 and get 6 bags.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
That's how they get you.
oh, that was good. That was good. I think that so far has been my favorite of the brew-inspired candy we've had on the show.
Mhm. Yeah.
Those were good. Those were very good.
Kind of an unfair categorization comparatively to like those. I mean, those were really, really good. But the Jelly Belly ones, obviously, we've talked about that. But and I say this because I feel it's almost unfair, but the chocolates with the little squirt of alcohol in them, because you're getting the actual
alcohol, yeah.
liquor in it. So it's like,
that's like cheating.
right. I mean, a little piece of chocolate.
Unless you don't like that alcohol.
Right.
But I mean, it pairs well. I mean, it's something that you could just snap the top off and drink it, but then it's like you're just bite the cap off.
I need about 300 of these, please. He's taking shots into throwing the chocolates.
Yeah.
Man, these are tiny shooters.
Normally they come in glass bottles. I don't know what's wrong with these.
This is ridiculous. Who did this? Maybe an idea for later.
Yeah.
Boozy chocolates or...
They had them at Costco maybe a year ago. I remember we bought them. Might have been 2 years ago now, but I haven't seen them recently.
They have them at the Ukrainian grocery store here in town, actually.
Huh.
As well as I'm pretty sure at least one of the liquor stores carries them, but I was kind of surprised to see them at the Ukrainian grocery store.
Damn. Does not exist anymore. Yes. Niko was thrown out. Dance. Which no longer exists. It's now Family Fare. Not Family Affair. It's the wrong store.
That's the wrong state.
And state, yes. Family Fare. Grocery store. But I don't think they could sell them since they have real alcohol in them. Because
So that's what I was surprised with the Ukrainian store, because they don't card or anything for them, or at least they didn't card me.
Well, local geek looks like he's pushing 18, so
Yeah, it's rare to get carded at our age now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time somebody's.
Unless they're forced to card everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking in the pre-show that my 40th is coming up here, so
40th beer.
and birthday.
40th beer day.
Oh,
Yep.
you said it. I didn't.
Yep. Our group is getting old, so
Yeah, I have to say, I don't know who taught this to my kids, but their new favorite excuse when you ask them to do anything is like, my knees hurt, and I just kind of want to go, you're like 2 and 4. I was like, yeah.
My 3-year-old says the same thing when he's tired, but doesn't want to go to bed.
Yeah, my
So I don't
knees
know.
hurt. Suck it up. You're still young and
Isn't like subliminal messaging in Bluey or something? I mean,
I think it was all similar to, how everyone, when we grew up, we didn't have the internet or anything like that, but yet everyone knew the rumor of Marilyn Manson and his ribs.
yeah.
It's like, how did that get spread around? Everyone knew it.
Just say your knees hurt, you'll get out of this scot-free.
Yeah.
wow.
Knees, ribs.
So yeah, that's, I don't know. I don't feel like I have too many of the aches and pains. I mean, I got the one bit of nerve damage, but that's it. That's livable.
Coming back to this show each week.
That's emotional damage.
I don't have them too bad. But when my son throws himself on the floor, I feel it in my knees.
Oh, yeah.
I don't usually. If my kids throw themselves down, I feel it in my back because I'm usually what they're landing on. It's
Your own elbows.
I was on the floor doing a Lego set with my son, helping him through it, and my daughter came from wherever else she was in the house, saw that I was on the floor, and just takes off at a full sprint, and then just does the just bam,
Wham! 5-star frog splash.
yeah.
From the high rope.
I can't be on the floor. That's dangerous. I will get tackled by somebody. It's that's how that goes.
Howard may learn one of these days.
No, I won't.
Featured on Netflix in next week's
Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw.
Post show.
Yeah. And my kids haven't even watched wrestling, but I don't know who taught my daughter this. But yeah, she will tackle.
I would like to go on the official record that it was not me. I just want to. Oh, well. I apparently did the zoom in. I did the zoom in.
Yeah, you can't go.
What do you gotta? Oh, you gotta make the L.
Hey, do it again.
Do it again. Is that as far out she goes?
Or you could go like this and zoom it. Or go out. Zoom in more.
Oh, we're gonna go.
Bitchin'
The
technology.
wonders of technology.
I was like, fucking around.
Well, I'm gonna have to ask you and get from you, Kyle, what kind of camera you use, because I've been trying with some of my painting stuff to record using my webcam, and it doesn't focus worth anything. So
It is the Outbrk is the brand name, and
Yeah, it's like OBS bot.
OBS bot or Outbrk. It is.
well, you're looking up. Yeah, I think it'd be great to be able to at least like get it to like, hey, here's the focal point.
Yeah,
Stay there.
I'll send it to you when we're done here. But I've been impressed with how quick the focus is, and you can obviously turn the hand gestures on and off. But it has a
hand gesture to follow me.
Yeah. But it has essentially a gimbal stabilized camera that you can use software or keyboard controls or other controls that you can pan and tilt and zoom. But it can do up to 4K at 30 frames per second, or 1080p at 60, or 720p at 60, or you can also do others at 30 frames per second. But I've liked it so far. It's pretty small. You can mount it on a tripod mount, or it can be just as simple as something that sits on top of your monitor, whether it be a laptop or a regular desktop monitor. So
Cool. I just looked them up on Amazon, and they have a pretty wide range of price, and I'm assuming features, because they go from like $120 to $600.
Holy Toledo.
yeah. So I think this one
Gyro stabilized.
I think this one was the one that was around the $200 price point ish. Outbrk Mini 2 maybe.
Okay.
Something
That
like that rings a bell. So
that helps, because as I said with the other channel I run, trying to do actual painting. Like I recently finished. I touched up Peter's Commander pips for his Star Trek cosplay,
Nice.
and I'm like, I'll make a video out of this. But trying to get the camera set up and focused, I when I do that, I usually have my little Osmo Pocket as my face cam, because it will actually track my face, and so it keeps on there. So I have to use then my webcam, and it always wants to focus like far on my desk, and so
because
yeah,
there's software that goes along with it that constantly getting updates, and you can have it track just people sitting here, or you can have it focus on people that might be moving, focus on upper body, lower body, kind of like the center of you.
Headless.
It has a activate it real quick as they call it an AI desk mode. So it'll pan down, but it'll kind of focus on what it sees and kind of interpolates. Even though it's not above you, it kind of gives you that over the keyboard or over the desk type of view.
Like an overhead projector.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
which could be helpful, because as I said, I'm trying to usually show myself painting things and all of that, and anybody who's watched this show where I've tried to go, oh, here, look at this, and okay, yeah, focus and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to just
that one actually did.
I for once, because trying to complain about it.
The camera's like, I'll show you. I'll
got the
focus.
technique
Look at
down.
this.
Yeah, but to be able to then like have it set.
Absolutely.
I've been looking at trying to find a camera that does the whole macro setup, and most of the other people who do that kind of video, they use a DSLR camera on a tripod up here, and I'm like, I don't really want to have to try and figure out that whole setup for this. I kind of trying to keep it somewhat contained, so I had to ask.
Let's
And
see.
yours has a little LED on it, a little LED strip.
Yep, mine. That's
Sign me up for Windows Home 11.
I've already got
That
11.
was for JS.
I thought it was.
Unless you want another download of
Yeah,
Windows 11.
I'll find the link and make sure to post it before we're done here.
That's fine. Even if it's after. As I said, I've been trying to look at it, trying to figure out how to make that content better, and it's unfortunately people don't like to necessarily share what their setup is, or as I said, it's a DSLR camera here, and I'm like, I don't really want to.
Yeah, it's quick and easy. It has a USB-C in the back of it. You can plug it in via USB-C, or it's got the small adapter and you go into USB-A. So I've liked it. It comes with its own small square zippered carrying case, so can protect your investment right away. And the microphone on it is not bad, even though I'm not using it right now for the show purpose, but it gets the job done for video calls.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it. I'll probably, if I go that route, I also need to update my computer. That's the other pricey one I got to do. So,
Same.
And now that I have a third kid on the way, I got to buy a minivan, and I got a lot of expenses coming up. So it might be a while before I get into it, but at least it gives me an avenue to go searching down. So, gents, you guys been up to anything interesting? Watching anything interesting? Playing any interesting video games?
Squid Games Season 2 for me. Watch that finally.
Haven't started that yet, but my wife and I had started watching Suits on Netflix.
That's really good.
So I like the pace of the show, because it doesn't really. It has its moments where it's slow, but even though you're having just a two-person dialogue, it still feels quick-paced, which I like.
I enjoy that one. I don't know, and I haven't gotten as far. I'm still in season 1 of it, but I always wanted more of the courtroom stuff with it. Kind of less of the personal drama. That was my one. I started watching it because I got in a kick after watching The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix. And it was that was a really good kind of courtroom drama and all that. And I'm like, ooh, I'd like more of this. What else is out there?
What I like about it is that there's so many court-themed shows where you're in the courtroom, but this reveals mostly the tick and tack behind the scenes and how lawyers interact with other lawyers, not necessarily in the courtroom.
Yeah. The other probably critique, and I'm not a lawyer, but at least with all the lawyers I know, they all have a specialty. So the other thing that bugs me is the fact that these guys bounce around to all areas of law, and it's not oh, I'm a contract lawyer, or I'm an IP lawyer, or I'm a it's no, I'm
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, that I don't know how realistic that truthfully is. That's not in my experience how that works, but that said, that's me being nitpicky. It's an all right show. So, but yeah. Everybody else watch anything interesting?
I haven't been watching a whole lot, but I have been introducing my son to kind of some of the classics, video game wise. So I played through Mario 1, Mario 3, and Super Mario Brothers all with him, or Super Mario World.
Nice.
And then I just actually tonight started playing the Lost Levels, which is technically the second Mario Brothers game, because Mario 2 was quite different from the other Mario Brothers games. In my opinion, that one is basically more or less the same game as Mario 1, but a lot more of an asshole.
100%. It was deemed too difficult for U.S. audiences.
Yeah.
But I have been enjoying it.
Yeah, Junior and I just started New Super Mario Brothers, and it's his first Mario game.
Nice.
And I figured that was an easy one to kind of do because we're both on the screen at the same time. If he gets to a tricky spot, you can actually go into a bubble and float towards. Yeah. So that was good. But we've only played it like twice, and he's getting better. Like the first time, like I kind of felt bad. I kept dragging him along because he would stop and just not walk. I was like, "Forward, buddy, forward, keep going." And he's getting the hang of it, so he's getting there.
My son had a hard time with that. We started with Super Mario World because that's, in my opinion, a little bit easier than Mario 1 and Mario 3 as far as difficulty. He'd played Mario Wonder before, so he was used to having both of us on the screen at the same time. So that concept was a little different for him. And then if he died, he died. He didn't bubble and come back like he would as long as I was still alive in Mario Wonder.
Yeah, so it's been fun, but every now and then I feel bad because, and my daughter plays too, although she's mostly just a hindrance and very much a maniac. I made the mistake the first time we played. She wanted to be Mario, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Not realizing that Mario controlled everything. So the number of times that we kept going back to the castle where there was nothing to do, and just I'm like, okay, you can't control this. No. So she's been demoted to Toad. But the times that we've had levels where they both lose all their lives, and it's like I'm the only one left, I'm like, okay, now I get to speed run this so that you guys are back in the game.
That's kind of how I got started showing him those games. Was I asked him one night, I was like, hey, we're like starting to wind down for bedtime. Do you think I can speed run Super Mario Brothers? I just want to see how quick I can get to Bowser. So, I worked through the first world, got into Star World, and made my way around the star, was able to go to Bowser. Within about an hour's time, I had gotten to Bowser and defeated him. So
nice.
Yeah. No, it's we're having fun with it, but that's gaming wise. It has been a nice break from Marvel Legos, because we've been playing that so much. So, but anybody else playing anything interesting? Maybe?
We played Outbreak tonight.
Yeah. Did a quick 20-minute storm chase and intercepted a tornado, got some pictures, and
didn't get sucked up into the sun.
Yeah, got pretty close. Got close to the debris field, but was just behind it, so I didn't get any credit for deploying the probes. But Outbreak.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Played that. I played that a couple times. I've been trying to get more into it, especially because we pre-ordered that Kickstarter back in 2017 or 16 or 8. I think it's 2017.
It was a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit till it was released officially 2024. So now that it's out, they're trying to continue to make updates to it and make it better. So hopefully they fix the driving mechanics and then the graphics issues.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you have a powerful enough computer, which even though mine is a massive PC, it still cannot do what they have top level. Every other game that's out there, I can max out the stats and it runs 120 frames per second. This one, if I do it over half, it just chokes. So they need to do a lot of optimization to it. And
still a work in progress.
Yeah, I mean, it's technically still a beta.
Yeah,
but hopefully they fix that in the road system so you can get places, make the towns actual towns that are laid out like towns instead of just neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Just a variety of things. And then kind of like Truck Sim, we play that. Random simulations show up in different areas of the map and where you are, whatever you're doing. And vehicles, of course, are everywhere. take that sort of technology and put it in here instead of a stationary tractor sitting at this point on the map
It'd be
constantly.
interesting to know what engine they use to build or develop Outbreak.
GoldenEye 64.
It sometimes feels that way.
Unreal number 1.
Yeah.
So
Either way, I mean, I love that there's a storm chasing game.
Right.
Mhm.
It's very unique.
I love that. But the fact that it looks so dated and it's a brand new game that officially hasn't been released is really disappointing.
it does feel like they've made some improvements and optimizations since they released the beta
Yeah, the first version.
to be able to play, because the first version was in the single digits in FPS,
And you,
I'd have to see what GE Force or something, if I can run that and measure the FPS. But
and you can actually get into a match now.
yeah,
When-
you can
When they first launched, it was
Yeah.
difficult to get into a match. You'd
Totally
sit there for
randomize
a
matchmaking.
long time.
Interesting.
Now you can actually storm chase with somebody who you know in the same scenario.
We'll try it again on real computer.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Hopefully we can get some more tornadoes. Get ourselves some more photos and whatnot. We watched Dune Prophecy, which is the prequel to the current 2 Dune movie releases. Something like 10,000 years before the first Dune occurs is when this series is happening. Only 5 episodes. Now, give them that they're over an hour per episode, so it's nice that they're basically a mini movie. However, again, as I've talked about on this show many times, why are we making 5 episodes to complete an entire story arc? Why are we making 8 episodes?
Would you rather be like 2 feature-length movies?
Well, I mean, their movies are 3 hours long. So, yeah.
5-6 hours? I mean,
It's a lot of the stuff, and we were talking about it earlier, how like the first episode is very establishing.
World building.
Right, which understandable. You know, you got to position the characters, who they are, where they are, how they fit everything, right? And then you start getting into the pieces, and then it just snowballs from there. But, you know, why don't we have a 6th or 7th episode? Some of the pieces are rushed.
Yeah.
You know, you gloss over this piece, and then suddenly 2 episodes later, or even later that episode, you're like, why did we get one line to describe this major event when we had 20 minutes of them walking or whatever, right? Things like that. So I like that we have the serialized television and it's all in a row, but like extra 1 or 2 episodes, space that stuff out.
help wrap things up a little better.
Yeah. And it's open for season 2.
Mhm.
So will that show up in 3 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I read somewhere or saw some news article that the Orville might be filming soon again. Season 4.
It's kind of been an up in the air thing for them too. Of are they coming back? Are they not coming back? The last season was produced by Hulu.
Okay.
Whereas the first 2 seasons were on Fox. They moved everything over to Hulu, bigger budget, bigger wows, and I think they had 10 or 12 episodes in their season. Really good season. They had a lot of over the entire season, an arc or 2. So the whole thing, you had standalone episodes and pieces, but it all fit together and worked together. The visuals were great. There's a lot of old Star Trek production people who work on the Orville, so their techniques are also very similar. They have huge models size of this table, and so they do the old school filming of it
Sure.
and whatnot with current technology. So it looks gorgeous, looks actual size if you were to put it in space. So there's a lot of cool things that they're doing with it. Kind of breaking news for our show, Strange New Worlds from Star Trek universe. The season 4 is under pre-production right as we speak. Season 3 hasn't even aired yet.
It's good.
Yeah. Like, well, let's go. Let's get it going. But again, same problem. Get it on. Get it on. I need the frickin'
Big staff from
MXC.
yes.
Anyway, whatever that's called, because it's general or no. Howard, help me out. MX Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. We got the guy who
General
Get it on. Is that what his name was?
General
Something like
Takashi's
that.
Castle.
But he always for like the
Staff.
Yeah, to
Rod.
yeah.
The only thing I remember is that there's always a contestant on the show named Baba Ganoush.
Their last name was Baba Ganoush.
That's it. Like when it comes to names on that show, that's it.
Guy. Porter's name's Guy.
Guy Ledouche.
Yeah, Guy Ledouche.
There you go.
The world's most reputable
And then the
correspondent,
hosts were
Kenny. Wasn't it? One of the guys named Kenny?
yeah.
Local Geek looks like he's researching. We need him to help us. He's looking at something else. He's tuned out.
I'm looking at the spreadsheet.
One of the taglines, right, you are Ken.
Yeah, right. You are Kenny.
Yeah.
Well, our memory
Have it
is faded,
flash-
much like this show.
Flash to the past.
Well, I mean, that was never like a show that you watched for like the names or the continuity. You just watched to see people suffer. You know, that was,
Crap beat out of him.
Mhm.
yeah, that, you know, that's the same reason why like you watch
Kenny Blankenship.
Wipeout.
Vic Powers, I think.
Vic
Romano.
Romano.
There we go.
Yeah.
And the scratch the back.
Let's
of
go
my
over to
neck.
Local Geek for the review. Local Geek.
Local
What am I
Geek
reviewing?
looks like he's just trying to stay awake.
No, I was fighting with a Excel formula on one of my spreadsheets.
Classic.
Makes it look like he's interested in what we're and Local Geek's looking into it right now. And
Got that Excel formula here. Did you try turning it off and turning it back on?
Are you sure it's plugged in?
at 1,024 beers.
Did you put the CD tray back into the computer?
No, I was actually trying to calculate the ABV of my meat on my spreadsheet for my recipe for it.
Love it. So other than that, we need more episodes of television. So please stop making just 8 and let's make 16.
You know, as somebody who's got kids, I'm okay with the shorter series because that means I can maybe catch up.
Right?
Stop it.
You know, some of us don't have all the
What's your
free
format?
time to watch.
That's why episodic stuff is more approachable too, rather than feature-length movies.
Yeah.
My wife just
Strange
added
New
2
World
new
Purpose.
shows to our Netflix queue. I can't remember off the top of my head what they were called, but they both sounded interesting.
Yeah, my wife watches a bit more TV than I do, so I don't watch much. If I'm watching something, it's usually like a YouTube video because it's like, I can find enough stuff on there that it's like, here's a video, it fills the time that I need, and I don't need to have seen the thing before it. I don't usually need to see the thing after it, and I'm good. You know, that's tends to be my take on things. So, but yeah, I don't get to watch much stuff these days. It's which I had to laugh. One of my coworkers decided to gift me for Christmas a gift card to the local theater. I'm like, well, I don't know when that's getting used.
Time to get a babysitter.
Yeah, that's
You're
a
talking
little
about
much.
movie theater, right?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure it wasn't like the downtown theater.
No. That's at
Where
the
you
local
go.
movie theater.
Go see some
Is it good for
thespian activity.
the snack bar?
I don't know. I just looked at it.
Yes,
Wow.
you should
Just
Go
buy
get
a
some
whole bunch of
popcorn.
snacks.
popcorn and snacks for a movie night at home.
They sell-
That'd be awesome.
They sell Cloverdale hot dogs there, straight out of the boiler.
Yeah. It's one of those.
That'd be awesome.
You know, I think my son could handle going to a movie. My daughter couldn't. But she's a little too. She gets bored, and then she'd be causing chaos. But I think Junior would like to. We just watched the Lion and the Witch in the Wardrobe because we read that book, and he loved the movie. He sat and watched that pretty attentively, and I also give him credit. We read that book like a couple months ago, and like he was pulling out details. So it was like, Dad, is this the part where this happens? I'm like, not quite yet. Just wait a little bit. So
Nice.
So he's got a pretty good memory for stuff. So
Yeah, I feel you on that. We've talked about taking our son to Moana 2 because he was really into Moana when he was really little. So I was like, he's about that age now where he should be okay to sit through a whole movie, but we haven't gotten him there yet. We still might try to take him, but
yeah, I think we might try and find one that would work for both of them. So we'll see. So and it's funny because he's a big Star Wars fan. Doesn't want to watch the movies, but like we have Star Wars books and we read those all the time. In fact, tonight my wife was going to read him one more story before she put it in bed. She's like, okay, choose something. He goes, Star Wars, and she goes, only because I love you. So he loves the stories and he loves the books and he loves the characters. He just doesn't want to watch the movies. So it's funny in that sense. So
I mean, I kind of don't want to watch the Section 31 movie that's going to be premiering on Paramount probably about when this episode is released.
yeah. Oh, I saw. Gosh, there was an interesting casting kidder for the Star Trek Academy show that they're doing. I'm trying to remember who it was. I saw a thing that announced that somebody would have been cast for it, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder what Kidder's reaction to that
Becky
will be."
Lynch.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Former WWE Women's Champion. Becky Lynch cast to Starfleet Academy live action series that we don't know many details about other than Joe
Mama.
Joe Mama just talked about him earlier being in the movie Paycheck. He is cast in this show as well.
So, yeah. Hopefully,
Plus,
her
Tony
section.
and Robert Picardo, who plays the Doctor in Voyager, is also going to be on this show.
Reprising his role.
Yeah.
Hopefully, her part actually makes it to the screen and doesn't get cut and left on the editing floor like her husband's take in Captain America: Brave New World. So,
Seth Rollins was supposed to be in that movie.
Oh,
yeah, he was supposed to be part of the Serpent Society, and then with all the rewrites and reshoots, he got edited out of the movie. So. Yeah, he's taking it well, but I mean, I if it was me, I'd kind of be like, "Oh man, that sucks." I only get to be in a Marvel movie and I don't make it.
Yeah.
So
Should have acted better.
I
Has
think,
nothing to do with it. It's all right.
yeah, I think that with the Marvel stuff, it's too much and not like it's all well written out in a plan. It's just kind of okay, we have a script, let's go. And I think they've hit some issues with that. That's my take. So as somebody who really hasn't watched a Marvel movie since Endgame,
Yeah.
Echo was good.
I've heard that there are different like things that have been good in this run. I just none of the main movies that they have done, except for maybe Doctor Strange, really called like to me to like go out and see. You know, it's like, or even watch on Disney Plus when I've had a chance.
Agatha is also really good. That whole series, especially watch WandaVision as a lead up specifically for it. So if you haven't watched WandaVision, that's kind of Marvel's love letter to television over the decades, which is also really well done.
Yeah, no, we've seen that. We've seen Loki. We've gotten through Captain America or Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We have to look to see what the next series is for us to jump to, but it's tough. We've also been trying to watch The Mandalorian, and we're behind on that. So, yeah, we don't get a lot of time, my wife and I, to watch TV together. So that's how it goes. So, and hey, with that, Kidder, we've been talking for quite a while, and it's late, and I think a couple of us would like to go to bed. So it's time we wrap this show up with some cheap plugs.
3 days, I don't know. Still haven't been to sleep. It's been a whole week.
You got 8 more minutes and it'll be 3 days.
I'm so tired. Practically flew in. My arms are certainly tired too. Yes. BeerBluesBS.com. It's our website, BeerBluesBS.com. Please go there and get the direct link on over to our Facebook page, Instagram, the audio versions of the show, the video version of the show on YouTube, and more. BeerBluesBS.com. BeerBluesBS.com. We're also on Facebook, like I mentioned. We're on Instagram, so please search and like, share, subscribe. If you share the post, we really love it. It helps because sharing is caring, and we want you to share it with all of your friends because your friends can be our friends too. Please help us. Seriously. Instagram, make sure you follow us there and hit the little heart on our photos and our reels and things because, you know, a lot of funny content on there. We'd love for you to experience that as well. In addition to that, we also have our Streamlabs page, streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs, where you can just donate some money. If you don't want to buy any of the products, you could certainly just give us some money as we pander for your assistance. $160 a month just to keep this thing afloat, and it'd be pretty cool if you joined in and helped us pay for this thing, just to keep us rolling in the right direction. Rolling. What? Either way, you can also buy some merch, and that helps to support us as well. Get our logo out there, but also get you some quality merchandise, like perhaps pint glass with our logo on it, maybe a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, ball cap. There's lots of great stuff on the store. Streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. Follow us on all the audio platforms, including Pandora, Stitcher, TuneIn, IMDb, Player FM, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts. Of course, the video version also on YouTube. If you have any of those or any other services, search for us on there because we're probably there too. And then click the thumbs up, follow us, subscribe for free, and help us get to more people. You know, tackle the algorithm, as it were. Aside from that, video version on YouTube, mention that, but like our channel, like our videos, help us and share all of that, please. We come to the time of the show where it's time for me to stop talking for a minute and go around the horn for some final thoughts. Brother Niko.
Thanks again for having me on this week. It was a pleasure. We'll see y'all soon again, I'm sure.
All right.
looking forward to the next episode that I can be on, and awesome doing the show live from the Southeast Studios.
And the next episode, boys, be 200. So there's a teaser. Oh, hey, look at that. I didn't even do anything.
Must have been me.
Just. All right. Local Geek, final thoughts for you, unless you're too busy with the Excel spreadsheet.
No, I got that taken care of.
All right.
My final thoughts, I mean, always good to have more beer-inspired candies. If anybody knows of any out there, feel free to throw them in the comments and let us know about them, because they're always fun to try and give reviews of. And even better, if you are a candy company and you want to donate some to the show.
That'd be excellent.
We'll support you, mention you by name, and share your product info and the website where you can buy it. Contact Howard at beerbluesbs.com for the info. You can also email me, Kidder, at beerbluesbs.com, and I'll get the same info to you.
You'll forward the email to me.
Yeah. By the way, here you go, Howard. I just got this email. You might want to take a look at it. It's kind of interesting. And with that, there he is. Final thoughts with Howard Blues.
I had to scramble to come up with a new final thought, because my final thought was going to be, hey, everybody, tune in next week for episode 200. And yeah.
It's a good final thought.
You sniped that one. So, yeah. I you know what? And it's too late for me to come up with something more original. So, anyway, yeah, tune in next week. Episode 200. 2 hours. That's right. If you've missed the 2 hour extravaganzas.
A double feature.
Yeah, we're going to be celebrating pretty hard. Also, I did the math and looked at the calendar, Kidder. This time around, our 4-year anniversary show will actually land on the birthday.
All
so
right.
April 11th will be the actual 4-year anniversary show. So
Should we keep
it'll be kind of cool.
Just throwing that out there.
So yeah, there you go. That's all I got.
Okay. That's very good final thought, Howard. Thank you for that astute information and observation. So let's get on out of here for everybody. Appreciate the gentleman being here once again. I am still Mark Kidder. Thank you for being here for this and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Remember to keep your glass at least half full. There's free beer tomorrow, and we will catch you on down the highway to the 200th episode of Beer, Blues, BS next time. See you then on Beer, Blues, and BS.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
Next week, gents, or next recording, is episode 200.
Like this one?
No, this is 199.
Okay.
So next Friday that we record will be episode 200.
Nice.
And I'm kind of just thinking with that, since it's episode 200, let's just do it as one show. Do it, make it a 2-hour special, and
200-hour special.
Holy crap.
we have a big enough buffer. We can afford to lose one to do episode 200 and do it a big thing. So, throw that out there.
I'll have to find a special drink to have for that one.
Yeah, I'm planning to have the dragon's milk that I gave.
Good crotch to you, boy.
That's my plan. There might be, if you know, you know.
I've actually been contemplating, because my 40th is coming up here soon. And so I was like, I'm going to buy something like extra special for it. Like, don't know what it was. And I was kind of going through some options, and the Sam Adams Utopias, the super high alcohol, like 40%ers. I was like, that'd be good for that. And so I did some research on them. They release them every other year. And 2023 was the last release, and they don't release until towards the end of the year. So I don't think I'm going to find one of those, but that would have been a good one to, if I bought for my 40th and had it a little bit early.
Yeah, if I would have known that we were doing this, I would have saved my 2 Sam Adams Bourbon County bottles that I bought before Christmas. But
nice.
There's a 23 and a 24 version. So
I have a 10th anniversary Utopias I still haven't opened.
Yeah, nice. That was what, the 2019 edition?
Nah, it was like 2012, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay.
As a consolation gift, I can send you both.
Gross.
99ers.
That is below the budget of what I wanted to spend on my birthday drink. I was fully planning to spend like $200 on a bottle of something nice for my birthday. You only turn 40 once, so.
In this lifetime.
good scotch.
That's I'm thinking of bourbon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just got me a bottle of Blue Spot Irish for my 40th.
I like
I
how
also
we're
contemplated ordering some Trappist beers from one of the Trappist breweries out in Belgium.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
I like how we're wasting all this great content on the part of the show.
It's still recording.
It is, but
Slice it in.
yeah, that's work.
It's